Welcome to Academic Digest class. Today we are going to be treating the reading skill and techniques. Number 1, exercise 1. The most important feature of reading is dash comprehension. If you read, you don't understand, you did nothing, you wasted your time. Comprehension is the most important feature of reading. And you know that this comprehension comes from you reading, trying to read for understanding, reading for understanding. So the second question, comprehension takes place at dash levels of meaning. 3 levels of meaning. So comprehension takes place at 3 levels of meaning. The skill which a reader, remember that our topic for today is no longer listening but reading skill. We are done with listening skill. So we'll still do more work on listening, but today we are doing reading skill. This is Academic Digest class, GST, GNS class. So the skill which a reader needs in order to understand a text is dash skill. The skill which a reader needs in order to understand a text is dash skill. Text attack. Text attack. Text attack. Option B. The glossary of a book can help a reader to find information about dash. So, about strange words in a text. Number 4, option D. Another name for the conjectural level of comprehensive or of comprehension is literal. Another name for the conjectural level of comprehension is literal. Dash is useful for the documentation of the functional values of sentence. So sentence pattern is the answer. Sentence pattern is useful for the determination of the functional values of sentences. One example of word attack skill is the use of dictionary. You hear something, you don't understand it, you carry dictionary. You don't want to waste time. You are not joking. So one example, you use Google nowadays. You notice that dictionary people will be crying. Google has done a lot to them. So one example of word attack skill is the use of dictionary. Option A. Dash is moving forward and backward during reading. Dash is moving forward and backward during reading. Let's check the answer. Number 8. B. Regress. So regress, we know what obsession is, appreciation what it is, recession what it is. So regress is the answer. Glancing through a text rapidly for a specific piece of information is called skimming. Glancing through a text rapidly for a specific piece of information is called, I was thinking it's scanning. Let's check, let's be sure. Number 9, option 9, or number 9 option. Number 9, A. Number 9, A. Yes, scanning. Number 9 is A. So not B. I think I made A. Scanning. Yes, you scan. Glancing through is A. So number 10. How did I make that mistake? Which means I used number 8 for number 9. Number 10 is B. Okay. They said dash involves reading of large quantities of material. Extensive reading involves reading of large quantities of material. Extensive reading. So let's move to number 11. About here, so we need to be fast. All right. The practice of whispering words or moving one's lips while reading is called vocalization. The last R in SSQ3R stands for, you've seen this if you're good with reading the textbook for reading right, listening skills. So the R there, this R, the last R in SSQ3R, this R stands for review. So preview involves locating one of the following: the date of publication. Preview involves locating the date of publication. Intensive and extensive reading Number 14 may be described as silent reading, n'ime obi gị, inside your mind. Intensive and extensive reading may be described as silent reading. Oral reading, number 15. Oral reading involves a tripartite communication mode, and there are dash and dash. There are the text, the reader, and the audience. So oral reading involves the text, the reader, and the audience. You are reading for the audience. Okay. Number 16. The work of studying facts, again, in order to learn them, is called brainstorming. The work of studying facts, again, in order to learn them, is called brainstorming. One advantage, number 17, one advantage of having a reading group is difficult questions are resolved by the group. It's a very sweet thing, but it's just that sometimes you will have to stay at the same pace. If you are somebody that go fast when you are reading, you have to stay at the same pace with your readers, because you people must be answering questions. Okay, let's move to number 18. So that's the answer. Difficult questions are resolved by the group. That's one of the advantage. Now, the first level of reading comprehension is the factual level. That's the first level of reading comprehension, facts reading. Reading for facts, factual reading. So trying to comprehend the facts there. Finger pointing and regress impede reading. Finger pointing and regress impede reading. Dash, dash, and dash are the approaches to reading. Skimming, scanning, and intensive reading are the approaches to reading. Skimming, scanning, and intensive reading are the approaches to reading. When you skim, when you scan, when you read intensively are the approaches to reading. At the inferential level of comprehension, the emphasis is usually on the implicit meaning. The emphasis is usually on the implicit meaning. In the taxonomy of language skills, dash rank last. In the taxonomy of language skills, writing ranks last. Dash involves a deliberate and conscious effort to increase by learning the stock Dash involves a deliberate and conscious effort to increase by learning the stock of knowledge a person has. Study. So we say that study is habitual reading. So study involves a deliberate and conscious effort to increase by learning the stock of knowledge a person has. 24. Dash ranks third among the language skills reading. Dash ranks third among the language skills reading. Reading ranks third among the language skills. There's so much air here, so when you see me keeping all this book on top. So next one, dash enables a reader to remember what he has read or learned. Mnemonics enables a reader remember what he has read or learned. Two forms of mnemonics are dash and dash, acronyms and acrostics. So one of the ways you can use to learn GST or anything like biology, those courses that involve so much notes, writing, geography, is you try to break it down, those characteristics and features that they normally have. You come and give it letter, each sentence you give it a word, an initial, that when you put it together you're able to remember it. Just like those of you that have seen me teaching chemistry, where I normally tell you something like S square NAT. Come and put this one: size, surface, nature, appearance, diffusion, all those kind of things. So acronyms and acrostics, that's the two forms of mnemonics. Now, an interaction between a text and the reader in which information is passed from the writer to the reader is called reading. An interaction. So reading is an interaction between a text and the reader in which information is passed from the writer to the reader. So you can see that I've written this work. Now I'm reading it as you are looking at it and you are reading and you are understanding, I'm passing information to you. So what you are doing there is reading, and what you are gaining from that is understanding. So but the process is reading. So reading according to Bloom's taxonomy include dash and dash, oral and silent. So reading according to Bloom's taxonomy include oral and silent reading. When one reads with a specific focus on grammatical forms, discourse markers, etc., it is referred to as intensive reading. When one reads with a specific focus on grammatical forms, discourse markers, etc., it is referred to as intensive reading. Number 30 and the last one, so that you now continue from there to do the work we normally do. You know that we normally start from 1 to 30, then we leave you to do the rest. So in intensive reading, the reader usually reads a large quantity material. The reader usually reads a large quantity of material. The reader usually reads large quantities of material. So skimming is an aspect of dash reading, silent reading. All right, let's go. Dash enhances faster and extensive reading, skimming. So you are the one reading this one now. So you pause this video, take note of this, take note of this, take note of this. The answers are there, but so what is this? That is the reading disability characterized by difficulties. What's the answer? What's the answer to number 49? So in the next class we'll do research method and term paper writing. So after that we'll move to phonetics and phonology.